Alrighty, that is a very interesting way to start the show for me. I have a little technical difficulties today, but welcome everybody to another exciting episodes of Don't Feed the Animals podcast. I'm your host, as always, James, and with me today I have a co-worker, but well-known, well-listened to, well-received kind of guy, Gery.
It is I. In the flesh.
He's here. He's here.
Wow.
Welcome back, man.
Hey, man,
Sorry for the delay. I, was diddling before he got here, and I had to put everything away, if you know what I mean.
Hey, man, yeah. Sometimes you just got to do it, that's all.
You got to diddle when you're daddling.
Got to fiddle and diddle.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, man. Glad to have you back.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime.
Glad
to be here.
Yeah. So, as always on Don't Feed the Animals, we like to play a little video, something weird that we scrounged up on the internet for the video roundup. So I say let's get this out of the way, and without further ado, I am going to show something very interesting. It's from Florence, I believe, and it is a interesting sport that I will not be able to pronounce. So it's called Calcio
Storico. Huh? These are his people.
Who? Rosie? Yeah, I know, right? This is
him here.
Yeah, this is from Florence, Italy. So I don't know. I don't know if it's his neck of the woods.
Okay, they're from there.
Yeah,
What are mobsters from?
But we'll see. So here we go. Whoa, shit. We're playing some highlights to an interesting sport, and we'll describe what we're looking at. It looks like there's a lot of people on the field right now, just from the initial second of looking at it.
It looks like they got like the whole neighborhood. They went down to one of the little bodegas. They're like, "Hey, you guys doing anything right now?"
Oh, yeah.
Oh well. You ever kick the ball around? Hey, I did. All right, come on.
Yeah, there is a ball involved. There is a field. And
some dirt.
And you got blue shirts. We got red versus blues.
Oh, a classic.
That's what it looks like. Okay, here we go. So the guy throws the ball in the air, and then the red team has it. They pitch it back, throw it back, and then you got people putting dukes up.
You got like some one-on-ones.
Okay,
now it's just like a pile of them.
Oh, okay. So now all of them are huddled into a corner and literally punching the shit out of each other. One guy's shirt's ripped.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of weird outfits, Italian outfits. I don't even know. The clock's running. That's all I know.
Is there a time on the clock?
Yeah, it's 15:20. It's 50, okay. So we got a bunch of blues. The one guy's running the ball, but he got choked. The other guy, the blue team has the ball, but now he's going up.
He's done.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Some of these guys got shirts on, but some don't.
So the blue team threw the ball into the other side.
Touchdown?
There's still 0-0 on the board.
That's what I'm saying. No one. Okay, they threw the ball back. So do they just have this one ball? Is that all was in their budget? Hey, listen here, man. Go down to
the guy
store.
Picked it up and he just threw it, and
miss?
It went in.
I
don't know, but I think
they missed. Well, somebody has a half a point.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, they get half a points.
All right.
Look.
But wait, it wasn't the blue team though. Okay.
The blue team did have it. They threw it into.
They threw it in the goal and gave the other team a half of a point. All right.
Man, look, I don't think these people are even clear on what the rules are, because I'm not even clear. well, look at him. It's just like, look, this dude is going. Is he going to the stands? Well, I don't know.
I feel like they're like
break.
This shy of just grabbing guns and shooting each other.
Look, it's like they pull people out of the stands and like, hey man, you got to get in this guy right here. He's bleeding. All right. Well, now look, it changed from a half a point to 1 point.
Did they throw the ball into the thing again?
Oh wait, well somebody has the half of. Okay, now it's just
all right. Now they just.
This is just.
So wait, what happened again this time? So now the blue is running, and then he throws it again, but that doesn't make sense. Why are you giving the other team points?
And it's not even clear where the goal is. It just
looks like the other side of the wall. We got people on the floor.
Now look, we
got people on the floor and they're just rolling around the other people that are on the floor. Okay, so Red is going. Red juked him. Oh, Red's got some moves, yo.
Yeah.
Go Red.
Oh, okay.
Red's going in.
Hold on.
Red's juking. And he passed it to the wall.
So, point? Half point?
One whole point for Red.
Point. Two, nothing.
I don't know what's happening.
Listen, like I said, I don't think most of these people even know what's going on.
So Italy, but the one thing that stands out is the fact that you have straight up punching and grappling.
Yeah.
In this sport, and I don't know why when he chucked it at the goal,
he immediately got the point,
and they were cool with it. It didn't even go in anything. He just threw it at the fence.
I don't know what's going on. All right, okay, so now you just got a bunch of...
and then literally like, okay, so now blue again. They're running. He got it. Oh, he got it juked. Now they're kicking the ball like soccer.
Oh, he got it back.
Blue picked it up. Blue got choked out. And now they're beating the shit out of blue in the corner.
He's like, I don't even have the ball. He's like, hey, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I bet you do. Like, look, he just got this guy sitting on top of this guy.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
He got Goldberg.
Oh, yeah, he got speared easily. Who's next? Oh, this guy just fell. And then he picked him up by his legs. And now 3 guys are standing on him.
And now look at this one. He's like,
this guy got a cramp. This guy had a cramp.
Is that like a grandma there being like the athletic trainer?
I have no idea.
She's like stretching out hamstrings.
There's just like so many people on the fucking field, though.
These dudes are gassed. They can't. Okay. He's
Blue just tossed it against the wall again.
He's gassed. He doesn't know where.
Wait, what?
Oh, they took a point away from. So I don't get. So do you?
Wait.
Oh, okay. Now the point is back. Who is operating the scoreboard?
Okay.
Now they get. Yeah,
now they got the point.
One too many espressos, if you know what I'm saying.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at him. He just stiff armed the shit out of that dude.
Yeah.
This is a wild ass sport.
So
is it even a sport?
Again, for those who are unfortunately listening to this, a struggle through this commentary.
This is.
I don't know what I'm looking at. It will be up on the Don't Feed the Animals YouTube channel, which if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. It'll be under liked videos. And the spelling for this is CALCIO space STORICO is the name of the sport. And if you know how to say it, please tell me.
It looks like Calcium Story.
Yeah.
The story of these guys are gonna need some calcium after they look at this guy.
These guys are in pain. Like one guy, I think he's a broken leg, and they're just beating the shit out of each other. I don't know what this is.
This is just a shit show at this point. Look at this.
Mussolini had an idea when he brought this sport back.
He was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna introduce this, distract you guys, and I'm just.
This is definitely something that we used to do back in the 100s.
The stick and ball days.
Yeah.
You ever played the old stick and ball? Yeah. This is it.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, I'm done.
Yeah, I think they're done, too.
They're all dead. Red and blue.
Pretty much.
All they're going to see is red, so. Wow. That is brutal.
It was televised, too.
Damn, man.
That's what they do in Italy?
You couldn't.
That's crazy.
I would be in the corner. Well, there's so many people on that field. I would just sit in a corner.
You might as well.
Like Indian style.
I mean, you see, so some like dude just comes over and fucking sits on you and he's just like, hey.
It's true.
Yeah, you don't know this. Yeah, I want to fuck you up. It's like it's no. Fuck it.
I have no idea. But that is definitely something old, barbaric. That was from 2016. That interesting. So we weren't watching something from the
This is from,
from
Stone Ages.
Stone Age shit. That was recent.
This is why we just need.
That is wild.
A small little plague.
Just a little one. Well, no. I mean, no. I'm okay with this.
Man, nah.
You're not okay with this?
I mean, I guess they're okay with it.
They're okay with it, and I'm okay with it.
I don't see any point
Imagine
to
if
it.
we had more of this aggressive fucking sports shit going on. And I'm sure the crowd is okay with it.
Oh, they were fucking loving it.
They loved every minute. I was entertained.
Are you not entertained?
I don't know. I feel like they know what they're doing in
Gladiator. That was
Italy.
That was Rome. Bingo. See, I know geography. Yeah, man. I mean, it's entertaining, sure, but I just don't. You just got a bunch of fucks just out there just running around in the dirt.
I think you win a cow if you win. If what I read,
A cow.
You win a cow.
I mean, you get you some milk, some eggs.
Listen, man. Other countries like to keep it modest, man. Fuck your Nike endorsement deal. Fuck your, your fucking commercial and box on, a box of Wheaties. I just want a fucking cow, man. I just want milk when I get home.
Listen, I could feed my family for generations with this cow.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Cow.
But the whole team of 27 people have to share it.
Oh, well, that's kind of a bad deal then.
Well,
Well, I mean, I guess if you butcher the cow, people eat the cow tongue.
Yeah.
You ever seen cow tongue in the store? And
Yeah, of course I have.
That's some wild shit.
Yeah, it is.
Never eaten any cow tongue.
Neither have I.
No, man, I couldn't get past it. I mean, that is.
I really don't even know. I don't even know the cuts of a cow. I was learning it the other day by watching.
Oh, you got the thigh bone, the leg bone. I think you
different
got
parts of the cow.
Well, I know you have the chuck.
I think the chuck is
That's like
the top part of the cow.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Like the shoulder and the neck.
Yeah.
Part of the cow.
That's what you use in the old spaghetti.
Yes.
All right.
Some ground
the
chuck. And then you have the rib portion of it.
Yeah, beef ribs,
And then you have where does the sirloin come from? See, let me not even get into it because I fucking don't know. I don't even know. I'm gonna sound like a fucking idiot.
Is that where you get the filet from? The filet mignon? I have no idea.
I don't know. I know that it's the parts of the cow that it's worked the most are the parts that you would probably make like a stew out of because the bones are so overworked that it wouldn't really make for like a good cut of steak. Like you would, I mean, it depends on what you're into, and then you want like the more fatty, more underworked parts of the cow to
I guess that makes sense. All that marbling.
Yes,
like
exactly.
With the Kobe beef.
Yes,
that's a real thing, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I saw some restaurant scam on the Kobe beef.
Well, we have American Kobe beef, quote unquote, which is not real,
like
the real type. Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
You ever notice that McDonald's tastes the same everywhere you go? Kind of.
Yep.
That's a bad thing though, right?
Probably.
Because they just pump it full of shit.
I'm ever since I've been on my diet, I haven't had fast food in like months.
I mean, I wish I could say the same. I wish I could say. I was doing good, but then I tried to start, cutting out, less sugar. You know what? It's not so bad. It's not so bad.
I'm good.
I guess it's more so like a mental thing because I don't know. I guess your brain is programmed to like if you drink like some tea or something like that, you're like, well, this tastes horrible.
Yeah.
Where's the goddamn sugar? But I guess if you just you just put it out your mind, you're like, oh, well, this is fine. Everything's okay.
Oh, I'll tell you again, like I said probably 2 episodes ago, I'm driven by fear on my whole let's get healthy thing.
I think I heard you saying this the other day. Fear of dying, just kicking the bucket.
It's true though.
I mean, you're right, man. I mean, shit. I don't know, man.
It's not even that. I just don't want to die horribly, or die the way I think I'm gonna die.
Like Elvis, didn't he die on the toilet?
That's what they say.
What, a peanut butter and bacon sandwich?
Peanut butter and bacon fucking sandwiches. That guy got big. But it's not even that okay, so that's not even real. It's not even real for me, like in the sense that I'm afraid of dying based off of being fat. I'm afraid I'm trying to be healthy based off of I feel like I'm like becoming a hypochondriac.
Okay.
Where every little fucking thing, if I have to take if I take a shit and it's one of those sharp shits,
fuck.
I'm like, I have fucking rectal cancer.
Like there's something wrong with me.
I have cancer.
You know what? I dated a girl like that one time.
A hypochondriac?
That's what you call it? When you always think there's something wrong with
You
you?
always
Yeah.
think, like, you can't do anything without thinking it's like some sort of form of cancer or something.
I'm gonna tell you a story
Okay.
about this fucking girl. This is a long time ago. This is way back in the day. Me and her were both like, what, 18, 19. So she had got like a stomach thing. And I don't know, back in the day they used to make like these little Pepto-Bismol like tablets, like dissolvable tablets, like you would chew them or whatever.
Yeah.
So one of the things that can happen when you chew the tablet is that your tongue could turn black or something like that.
That's a fucking bizarre side effect.
I don't know, like it can happen. And so she was like, Gary, I'm gonna die. I was like, what is wrong with you? She's like, I think I have like mouth cancer. I'm like, well, why would you think that? I read it on WebMD.
Yeah, man.
And then so she, upon further research, it just turns out it was just like a little side effect of the little Pepto-Bismol tablets. But I thought, to me, it was like the most funniest thing in the world, because she was one of those people that every little thing, every little twitch, and every little pain,
That's me right
just
now.
like, oh, well, I guess I'm good. This is how it ends.
Yeah, that's me.
This is how I'm going out.
That's me. Every day I feel something and I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna. But you know what? I was discussing this earlier today. I believe the reason why this whole hypochondriac, like, worrisome thing is because I live in 2019. I'm alive in 2019. And what I mean by that is I don't have to fight for food. I don't have to survive. I don't have to. So, like, this is going to sound ignorant, but fuck it, because I'm just going to say what I say.
Uh-huh.
So, like, in third world countries,
right,
where they don't have running water, shoes to go on their feet, refrigeration, any of that stuff. What do you think the mental health issue is in third world countries like that?
For people that don't have access to anything?
Yep.
I mean,
I'm gonna say.
I guess I would say, like, you keep your mind busy trying.
I'm gonna say none.
Yeah, probably because you keep yourself busy trying to think of, okay, well, I got to find somewhere to shit, or hey.
I don't think depression and anxiety is on the top of their list of things that go on.
Them.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, because I guess over here, we're spoiled to the point where we really don't have to want for anything. I mean, if you want to, you can have your groceries delivered to your door. You can have somebody come over and walk your dog. You can. I
mean, and we're talking and that's an extreme luxuries. I'm talking about. We live in a day, like, since you were born, since I was born, since we were born.
Right.
When you get an apartment, a house, a condo, whatever. What is the things that they come with?
Toilet,
water, running water,
electricity, fan,
a refrigerator,
a
stove,
actual structure that won't collapse on you, a front door,
and that's minimum.
That's at the minimum.
That's at minimum.
You know how
amazing that is?
Yeah.
Like, and now, can anybody tell me how half these things work?
I'm gonna say fuck no. And guess what? I don't give a shit. Don't tell me. See, you know what? I'm gonna harken back to, like, when things get broken and someone has to come over and fix it. They be like, well, see what
your carburetor with your defibrillator.
Damn boy, you gotta make sure you don't crack that goddamn old.
And then we gonna spruce it up a bit.
Yep, you just gotta keep on checking bad boy out. You can't let it get too bad.
And we'll just drain it out. And you're fixing my stove.
I'm like, I don't care.
It's electric.
Can you just fix it? Is it fixed? All right, cool. Back to doing nothing like I was doing before and just
so I think that is one of the things that is why mental health problems it runs wild. And I'm not saying that we all need to get rid of shit to like appreciate everything. But because it's not going to be real. We're humans. Not. We're an advancing race where we constantly want to grow in a society and get things, done. We're always going to advance and be more and beyond. But I think mental health is extremely important. Mind you, I am saying all this seeing a therapist. So,
well, you know what? You're on the right track. I mean, at least you're trying, you're doing what you have to do to take care of yourself, because I mean, once this goes, I mean, there's
nothing else.
There's nothing else. Once your mind is gone, I mean, what else can you do? And I mean, it's a real thing, man. I think a lot of people kind of do, I guess because it's one of those things that you can't physically see. So people trying to say, well, there's really nothing wrong with you, type of thing. And I've known some people that have been like a little, gone up there.
Yeah.
And once it's, you let it get too far along, then there's really nothing you can kind of do. You kind of get to the point of no return. And because it's one of those things that you can't see outwardly that someone is struggling with, because I mean, you put your hand in the blender, your hand gets chopped off. Oh man, you know what? That sucks that your hand is, blah, blah, XYZ. But if you said like, man, like I just feel depressed. People are like, well, why are you depressed? Why don't you just be happy? And that's not how it works.
Nope.
You can't just tell someone, well, hey, well, look at this that you have. You have a job, you have somewhere to live, you have food. But it just doesn't work that way, because these are physical, material things. But up here, that's just something totally when you're in your own head, or when things are affecting you to the point that, you need to go seek counseling or whatever else. And there's nothing wrong with that. Then that's something that can really affect you, because like emotions and the way you feel do have a big impact on your day to day. And I mean, that could just fuck with a lot of shit that you have going on. So I mean, it's definitely something important. It's something that I think in a lot of cultures, like I'm gonna just be frank and just say it, Black people, they don't give a fuck about mental health. Black families do not give a fuck about mental health. They think the cure to mental health is a belt, a shoe, an extension cord, whatever the fuck you want to say it. If there's any other Black people listening to this, if you want to tell me otherwise, then you're a fucking liar. I don't give a shit what you say.
Can I add on to that?
Yeah.
And hopefully I won't get in trouble. Jesus.
Praise Jesus.
You need Jesus.
Hallelujah. Yeah.
But I can relate to that too, because just in general, I mean, for those who don't know, I mean, I hope I don't lose listeners, but I am an atheist. I don't believe in anything. I'm sorry. Hey. But you don't come here for church. You come here for real people and real conversations. So, yeah, exactly. But here's the thing, though. I will sit here and say, I wish I wasn't in a way where I feel like my life would be. I know my mental health wouldn't be as affected if I did have religion. And why I'm saying that, and why I understand when people turn to religion to help better themselves in other aspects of their life. Because like when people are fucking, oh, I was a drug addict, oh, I was an alcoholic, oh, I was a sex addict, or whatever, I made bad decisions, and then I found Jesus.
And now you're addicted to church.
That's the thing, though. You basically fill the spot of that
drugs.
Void.
Yeah, exactly.
And but it's positive. I'd rather someone be, I guess, addicted to. I mean, it's positive. It's not a obvious in your face how this can be bad such thing. Like, it's not I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, you believe in God, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? That's not where if somebody's fucking smoking on the crack pipe, that's an obvious visual cue that you're like,
that's kind of, hey man, you need somebody to talk to, like, what's going on with you?
Exactly. Yeah. So but with that being said, the reason why I envy people who are religious in the sense in the word, that I already know that at least they have something that goes on with them that just kind of brings them peace and able to do the things that they do. And I know one of the reasons why I have so many panic attacks, anxiety attacks, overall just an unbalanced mental health in my head is because I gave up the idea of religion a long time ago to logic. I just gave it up to realness. Like what I accepted that my life is meaningless and I'm gonna be it's the end all be all for me is the end all be all in my eyes is the end all be all for everyone who I know. We're all gonna either get thrown 6 feet under or spread across some fucking ocean or sitting on a fucking mantle near the fireplace. You know what I mean? Like it's all doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But that's not true, because that it does matter in a way, and I try to veer away from it. But man, it's rough though, because when you have that idea that you have something else to look forward to, it does enrich your life a little bit. But that problem with me, I kind of like a long time ago just gave that thought, and like the analogy I like to give is once you put those goggles on, you can't really unsee what you see.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, hey, like I say, you got to see past the trees sometimes.
I've seen past the fucking forest.
Hey, man.
I'm way past all that shit. But I don't know. Like it's interesting. But bringing back to my main point is there's a lot of crazy shit happening in the world today, especially in our beautiful country, the United States, and it's wild because what I'm referring to, unfortunately, is like shootings that've been happening and stuff like that, and
yeah, a lot of that shit.
It sucks. It sucks to hear all that, and does that add on to my anxiety? Hell yeah.
Hey, because you never know, man. Sometimes you got to keep that thing on you, because you don't know when some fool gonna try to just run up on you and just, because. But you know what everyone says though. One thing that everybody says is that, oh, it's not a gun issue, it's a mental health issue. Cool. What are we doing about that? Nothing at all.
We're not doing anything about mental health.
You know what we do about mental health? We throw people who are criminals into a bigger building with more criminals.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever seen this. It was like this mini series on HBO. It was called The Night Of, and it was with this guy. Did you see the movie Venom?
Yeah, I've seen Venom.
You remember the guy who was the quote unquote the bad guy in the movie?
Yeah.
He was actually in that mini series. And so, okay, spoiler alert if anybody doesn't want to hear. So he pretty much got convicted of rape and murder. Now, it wasn't quite clear if he actually did it during the course of the show, but you kind of saw things that kind of led to, well, he didn't do it, and which ultimately he did not do it. But during the time that this whole thing was going on, their bright idea was they didn't want to release him out on bail. Instead, they wanted to put him in Rikers, which is like a big, like, maximum security prison, I think in New York or something like that.
Rikers Island.
And so a case that his lawyer had was, or someone had was, well, he's not a criminal, but do you know how you create criminals? By putting people into a prison with other criminals. Because that just breeds just bad shit going on. Because in prison, I
told you I watched 60 Days In.
Yes.
That's a great example of it. You know how many times these fucks that are there to help a program to get information, so many of the fucking people who are in it, they get this criminal mentality and they start saying the dumbest things.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute. You do know that you're not a criminal, right? Like, you do know that you're not one of these people. But they be saying shit like they're one of them.
It's
and I'm just like,
but I'll play one on TV.
But they think they're one in real life because but it's wild because they're in that element.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like, well, how's the saying go? You have to get in where you fit in. And that's pretty much it. You gotta,
and that might be survival tactic or just blending in with the society. But that's not. Yeah, it doesn't help anybody. And it's, on top of that, it's just the whole system in general is just rough. But but again, I think the mental health thing is very important because I don't know, like it's just so. what I see, like the end all be all, like this all has like a point, is that I want to be able to be as successful as I can possibly be, right?
Right,
and
yeah,
and be able to live my life as nice and as lavish and as fulfilling as it can, with one caveat. I don't want to ruffle the feathers or really fuck around with anybody else's life.
I mean, and that's reasonable. That makes sense. I would say most reasonable people would say, yeah, right on. Like I just say, hey, whatever you do whatever you want to do, just don't hurt anybody.
But that's what it is. Yeah, I want to get as far as I can, and I want to be, but I don't want to step on people. I don't want to be able to fuck anybody over. I mean, granted, everybody, you got people out there is like, well, you know, you're doing this and you're doing that, and you know, you're not a vegan and you're not a fucking, you know, right. You're not, you know, you shop at Walmart and you do this and you do that. I'm like, all right, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about in a person to person level. Right. I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers personally. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at. Where if any time I interact with another human being, it's not fucking with them. All that other shit, that's beyond me. That's beyond. That's already something that's built up to be such a huge monster, and it has its own security and its own that it's really nothing you can do at this point. But what I can do is just be me and be me in a way where I don't fucking mess with anybody else, and that's all I really want in life. Yeah,
just being genuine, just not being a total asshole towards people. And, exactly. You know, just being happy. Just, you know, doing what you want to do. And not, you know, having to, like, look in the mirror and say, like, yeah, I'm just really an asshole. But you know what? You know, I'm worth this amount of money. And I think that's the problem that we have pretty much just in general as people. Like, a lot of people will say, like, oh, well, you know, to make money and, you know, like really get ahead in life, sometimes you got to fuck some people over and, you know, get over on people. And that's the way a lot of people think. But at that point, it's like, if you're willing to do anything for money, you'll always go one step further than like the lowest scumbag motherfucker there is out there.
It's true.
Because I mean, like, if you let something like money control you like that, or just success period in general, it's like, it's no telling what you'll do. Some people will sell out their own fucking grandmother just to get fucking likes and shit on Instagram or retweets and shit like that. Like, people will literally live stream fucking funerals and shit with their dead fucking relative, not even in the fucking dirt yet. Like, oh,
because everybody's striving to be that top 1%,
and it's just like,
and they can't be satisfied being just them, just live well. You know,
that's it.
And honestly, like, again, like you really wonder, like, oh, you know, what is it? And just listen, you know, it's about modesty. I mean, it's just about, it's at the end of the day, it's about modesty and being able to put yourself in a situation where, like, again, there's going to be people who are rich or well off and they do the things that they do, you know, but these people that are more, you know, have more, you know, if you're brilliant and you have something to offer, and you have like, you contributed to science, you contributed to an advancement in society, you know what, most people have no problem with somebody like that being rich.
Yeah, no, hey,
you know what I mean?
Get all you can.
But and there's like, people out there that are big pieces of shit that don't deserve to be rich just because of, and usually they're representatives of a shitty way of being, and those are the worst, and it just doesn't make any sense. Now, again, I get it, because I'm also not as much of a hater as one would believe me to be. Right. Because I'm really not. Because, again, I can also look at the same thing and be like, that guy's just being a businessman, and he's just doing the thing that he needs to do to get the things that he wants. And, you know, I get it. But, you know, on the same page, I'm just like, damn, man.
had to do it.
We really all like love fucking sucking the dick of that type of personality, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Because for a lot of people, it's just about being entertained, man. At the end of the day, pretty much mostly everybody wants to be entertained by something in some form or fashion, and they kind of gravitate towards that kind of shit, like because they live vicariously through someone else who's like up there, like
I have an example when you're done.
Top of the totem, just like
I have a current example for me.
Go ahead, hit me.
Conor fucking McGregor. You heard the news about him recently?
Because he punched out that old dude.
What the fuck, man?
Over whiskey? Dude, you're worth like
bro. He was my boy. When he had that feud with Mayweather, I was on his side so much. Yeah. And then he lost, and I was still okay with him because I was just like, you know what, fucking good effort. He was basically like,
boxing, right? He's not a boxer.
He's not a boxer. He never boxed, but he did good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter though, because then right after that, what does he do? He throws a dolly at a fucking bus, and then I'm like, this is fucked up. And I did take that route where everyone was like, oh my God, it was really fucking out of line that he did. He fucked up other people's livelihoods because two of them couldn't fight that night because they got injured. But I was still like, no, that was some G-ass shit, right?
Yeah, because in the moment when you see some shit like that, that fucked up part of your brain does say, man, fuck that shit. That was pretty. That was some wild shit.
And then he ends up finally getting the fight with the guy that he was feuding with. He gets his ass kicked, but I was still okay. And then he ends up getting into a brawl, and then I'm like, oh. And then you find out a little bit later, he ends up fucking throwing some guy's phone on the floor. But then I'm like, you just start defending. When you pick a side, it is wild how when you pick a side, you commit. You commit. And for me, for a short period of time, I was committed because like when he threw the phone on the floor, I'm like, man, that guy was probably showing his phone on his face the whole night. Yeah. And he fucking finally got it, and he just threw it on the floor like, fuck you. But then a couple days ago, video comes out. He's in Ireland. They're at a bar. He comes out.
The joke writes itself.
Mr. Big Dick coming out with his fucking whiskey, getting glasses. Guy refuses to have a glass. It doesn't. There's no audio.
Yeah.
But all you fucking see is this guy standing there. He's an older guy, gray hair and all. Motherfucker, Conor gives him a good left. The fucking old man took that shit though.
Yeah, he did. He took it like a fucking champ.
He took it like a fucking champ. He took a left fucking jab by Conor.
Trained fighter? Yeah, man.
From a trained fighter, fuck you.
Yeah, that's
you know what though? I don't want to. I'm not total table turning against him, but it's just safe to say at this point in this stage of the game, considering he hasn't done much since, that he's just lost my interest, unfortunately. And dare I say, respect. I didn't appreciate seeing that. I don't even want to know the context. There's absolutely no reason you, as a young, successful businessman, rich, you have to have some form of fucking class. A little bit of class and sophistication. Listen, I love the shit talking he did. I love his shit talking. I love his demeanor. I loved everything about what he represented. The immigrant mentality at its best.
Competitive dude. You have to have that edge when you're being in a competitive environment. I don't know. Just automatically off the top of my head, Michael Jordan is one that just really calls me because Michael Jordan talked a lot of shit to a lot of fucking people just all the time. Another one, Terrell Owens, talked mad shit. Just, I don't give a fuck. I'm better than you. I'm going to show you that I'm better than you.
In a competitive way, that's fine.
Yeah. But then when you take that shit off the field or outside of the ring,
it's not cool,
wherever
man.
the fuck you are, and you out here just like decking old dudes at a bar?
No.
Come on, man.
Absolutely
like, you got to do better than that, dude. It's like, at that point, I don't know. And I think it probably stems from he probably hasn't been at the top like he was when that whole Mayweather hype was going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like he might it could just be him lashing out about that. I don't know, because honestly, I don't really follow.
We don't know what it is, but he has a kid. You know, he is like if I'm not mistaken, a 2-year-old. Wow. He made millions off that Mayweather fight.
Yeah, so
it's just and not only that, he had a successful he promoted his whiskey, so he basically he had so many things going for him. And not to say that this is gonna break him, it probably won't. And I'm not saying I'm writing the dude off, but for now, I'm not gonna pay too much attention to him anymore. Like, I'm really not. Dare I say, his next fight, I'm not really gonna be rooting for him, unfortunately. And it's because, and this is not a, because dare I say, we're under the microscope of, when you're a celebrity, you're under the microscope of the eye, and you can slip up. But like, nah, man, I can't possibly. You really got to tell me some fucking extreme story on how you just punch an old guy like that when he's not even looking at you. Like, sucker punch.
Yeah,
you're gonna sucker punch somebody.
That's the worst part about it.
It's a sucker punch.
It's like,
you gonna explain to me?
You couldn't even like square him up in the face and like look him in the eyes and then punch him like a grown man.
That was fucked.
Oh man,
no reason for it.
Needless to say, this old man's probably gonna get paid, and rightfully so. He probably should.
Hell yeah.
I mean, sometimes that's where you got to hit people in their pocketbook, so to speak. That's
I think it happened in Ireland too, right?
Yeah, I think so. From what I remember,
you did that. You're acting a fool in your own home country.
Yeah, that's real fucked. And like
a
lot of people in that country like looked at him as like some kind of representative of their country, because I can't think of any other like big name person from Ireland, like off the top of my head.
Not
really.
Off the top of your head.
So
sports wise, he's the man.
Yeah, he is the man.
He's fallen from grace.
Yeah. So
you can't be doing shit like that. You can't. But again. But going back to my mental illness thing, I also look at it as a situation where he's probably got some shit going on.
Oh yeah, probably most likely.
He might, and I hate to say it, dare I say it, might be one of those victims that got it too quick. He got where he was too quickly, and he did, because probably when he was doing the Mayweather fight, I think the storyline was, and this is the Mayweather fight was like 2 years ago, maybe 3.
Like 2, 3. I think it was like about 3 years ago.
Maybe 3 years ago. So maybe 2016. And then the story about him was like 5 years ago. He was like on welfare, or like barely didn't have any money. So like he basically.
So he came up from nothing.
He did come up from nothing, and he So yeah, so definitely, within the span of, in his 20s, got where he was. He's now in his 30s. Well, his early 30s, and what's happening? Like. He must have got where too quickly, and he hasn't been truly humbled yet, because everybody looks at them at that.
It could be that too, because I look at it like the same way with like some of these dudes in the NFL who came from just like the worst, like abject poverty you could think of, in like some of these cities like in Miami or other places like out in fucking like California, like just came from nothing, like Section 8 housing, like barely making it through high school. They get to a good college, they get a shot, and of course they make it to the NFL. And I think the minimum contract in the NFL is like some $100,000 like plus.
Yeah.
To play football,
which is an astronomical amount of money,
right? And even like if you're like on a practice squad for a team, you're making like good money that people that go to school for like 4, 6, 8 years aren't making.
Yep.
And you're making that like in a few months.
Yep.
You're not even committing like your whole year to that.
You sign the contract and that's it.
Yeah, most of them get like, because I was watching like an episode of Hard Knocks the other day, and like when they like give the rookie shit, they have to come up in front of like the whole team. They have to say their name, what school they went to, and what their signing bonus was. This one dude, little skinny little wide receiver, little skinny little white dude, $300,000 signing bonus.
Woo!
As a rookie. Another one, he was a defensive end. It was like $600,000, $800,000 as a rookie. That's your signing.
Just giving money away, man.
Signing bonus for a team. And even after taxes, Uncle Sam has to take his cut. Let's say you still got a good, cool $3,000 of that. That's more money than a lot of people were making in a lifetime. But a lot of these dudes, once they get out of the league, they're flat out broke.
And it's insane, right? Because
no money.
It's not like it's an unknown story that whatever money you making now ain't gonna last, man.
That money's not gonna be there because especially in NFL, like injuries are that's just a part of what it is, and like that's a high impact sport. Like you're lining up against people and they're trying to knock the fuck out of you.
Oh yeah. But even beyond that, even the most successful people who don't get hurt, they've gone bankrupt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Immediately after retiring. No money.
Yeah.
How do you not have money?
Every fucking dime, which is nuts.
I do not get it, man. Like, you're out there putting your body on the line.
Man.
Week in, week out. And then you mean to tell me after you retire 5 years, 10 years, you have nothing at all to show for it. Nothing. That's crazy, man. Like, you're getting your cars, your house repossessed.
It's crazy how none of them just like invest in something, like start a business,
right? Or a lot of them invest in like some bullshit ass company that you never heard of, or like most of them want to do.
Well, because they're trying to make more money.
Yeah, a restaurant is like the worst thing you could try to open up. You know how much overhead goes into a restaurant?
My only suggestion, if you ever fucking invest into a restaurant, is that you want that.
Yeah, that has to be like a passion.
That has to be like you ready to cook.
Yeah, you ready to be Gordon Ramsay in that bitch or something. But
besides that, there's plenty of businesses out there that you do. It's them not knowing what their desire is and real want. They're not realizing that.
It's just all glorified because they
oh yeah,
the cameras.
Everybody makes it seem to be the best, especially like football. Everyone makes it seem like it's the best thing. Holy grail. You're there. You're deals and endorsements but it's not about that, man. They only launch you from that period of time, and usually you got to look at the history books. You are good for 3, maybe 4 years.
Exactly, and
that is it.
That's it, man. Life expectancy, so to speak, is like very short lived. Especially if you're at a position like a high impact position like running back. Once they hit 30, man, that's it for them. For the most part, knees are done. Just you getting hit on every play, and it's just I don't know. It's wild because like even with that money, if you didn't start a business, if you just invest that money or just put into like
save it,
IRA or a savings that has interest. You know how much interest you make on like $100,000?
Yeah.
God, like how do you not have?
But the way it works is that, unfortunately, it sounds shitty. It's the people who have nothing.
Bingo.
And it's the people who have nothing who, when they have it, and I'm not necessarily saying they spend it on themselves, but they spend it on everything, and they help everybody who also has nothing. And they don't just help them in small ways, they help them in bullshit, bougie
houses,
unnecessary ways. Yeah. Oh, not just cars. It's fucking $30,000 cars. You know what I mean? It's not like oh, I'll buy you a, I'll buy you a
Toyota.
Yeah, I'll buy you this little nothing. It's like $3. Like I'm gonna spend fucking $100,000 on this car, and then
Yeah, it's insane, man. And I think, that is a mentality of people who've never had anything. Once they get it, it's like they just go buck wild with it, dude. Like I see these dudes like who came from nothing, nowhere, barely eating in college, because colleges, they don't give a fuck about athletes, honestly, especially football players, basketball players. They don't give a fuck about them. They give a fuck about how much money they could generate to the team, and then they don't even get paid on it. That's the topic for another day. But it is what it is. You pay your due. You make it to the NFL or the NBA or wherever the fuck you're going. And then, you got all this money coming in. You just got all these women throwing themselves at you. And that's probably what the downfall is for a lot of these. Man, I'm telling you, that triangle down there, man, that thing will make you do some wild shit. I'll tell you from experience, that thing will have your mind just completely poof.
You wife up or not wife up, but you have babies. Lots of babies. More babies.
From multiple women.
Yep.
Just spreading it low and spreading it wide, as my mom would say. You just out here, you just living life. And then all of a sudden, you ain't with the woman no more. Child support coming in. Judge says, how much you make? Oof. You might as well just give your whole
because I think there. Also too, it's when that when they say their name, when they're drafted, when that name is called, that's the I made it point to them. That's the end. And meanwhile, that's not the end. That's the beginning of the end.
Because most of these cats, they come to the league, they're like 20, 21, 22. I can imagine at 22 years old, someone giving me like $3-4 million a year to do a job. I just couldn't imagine. A lot of people probably can. These dudes who are like fucking graduate college and they're like fucking hedge fund managers and like these fucking big time deals. I remember my
20s and just the mentality of myself in the 20s is my most immortal. Like, as somebody who was in my it's right? Mad crazy because I'm like, I'm 33. When I was 23, I don't think I was looking at the world the same way as I did now.
Oh, me either.
And it's just 10 years.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's not even like I'm 33, I'm old as fuck. I'm 33 years young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got plenty to go.
And I could look back too and I'm like, fuck, man. I was a real piece of shit at one point. Kind of. And I mean, it's just like the way
because you're just the way you don't fear, you have so much, you have so much going on, number one. And I think that's the important thing too, is you have a lot going on. Mm-hmm. You know, you have the world all in front of you of opportunity. And then on top of that, you just have every chance of just getting your mind off of things that are important.
Yeah.
You know, you have no reason to think the way you think, and it's not even encouraged. Yeah. Nobody around you is gonna tell you, you're gonna die. So
yeah, that's
no one's telling you that.
Tell you. That's the part they don't tell you. They're like, yeah, man, you got time to do this.
No, because you're still young. You're still a kid. You don't tell a kid that. You don't tell children that.
Yeah.
You don't say, hey, Jimmy. Just letting you know, you're done.
You're gonna fucking die one day.
You're done, son.
Yeah. And I mean, it's something that a lot of people don't like to think about, but it's something that I've sat down and I've thought about sometimes too. Like, fuck, man. Like, you ever just sit down one day and just think about your mortality? You're like, fuck, one day I'm just gonna fucking die. And I don't know when it's gonna be. Well, for most people, they don't know when it's gonna be. But
if you're lucky, it's weird because I say if you're lucky in the sense that like you're gonna grow old and you're not gonna know when it's gonna happen, and you know, because again, I think my biggest fear and one thing that me and my therapist are gonna have to discuss is that my irrational fear that it's gonna come from it's gonna come from an illness that I'm gonna see coming and then have to fucking deal with it till the end, and that's my irrational fear.
Yeah, that is a scary part.
Because that's terrible. It's like terrible. Knowing that you have a time clock
and you see yourself just slowly dying.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
Up.
And even if you grow old, you kind of see it. But then, like, put it this way: one thing that I've been so a trigger that I have, and tell me if you relate or you can understand if it's hard for me to watch old things.
Like, you mean like old movies and shows?
It's hard for me to watch old movies. It's hard. It's and not even that old. It can be right now. It could be before it was really old movies, like in the 70s and shit like that. But now it's like I'm watching movies only like in the 90s, and I'm looking, and if it's like an actor that's not alive anymore, I get fucked. I get real fucked. Like, I get triggered really hard where I'll be like, oh, look, so and so, he's dead.
Like, shit.
And I just think about it, and I'm like, but then I think weird. I'm like, but no, he's alive though, because he's immortalized into this thing. But did he know that?
That is true. Like,
you know what I mean?
Like, let's think of a movie that's like not old, but okay. Let's think. Like, let me think. Batman Begins.
Batman Begins.
I think that movie came out like in 2008 or 2007. Can you just think about that for a second? That is a long time ago, but it doesn't seem like it. Just think about that.
When was Batman?
I think it was 2007 or 2008.
Okay, so we're going not a little more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, but think of it. That's
Batman Begins. Who died in that movie?
Well, no one died. Or you could think of Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight.
Okay.
That movie wasn't that long ago, but he's been dead for a while now.
Yeah.
He is probably worm food right now.
Yeah.
Nothing left of him.
Yeah.
Oh, if they didn't cremate him, there's definitely nothing left of him. But ashes. And it is crazy. Damn. Shit. That is crazy to think about.
It's
man.
hard. It's hard for me to see that. But then you go, and then I'll go, okay. I'll go another route too.
Mm-hmm.
One of one comedian that I have a lot of aspirations for. Like I really like, and anytime I see any documentary or anything with him, is Don Rickles. That man lived to be, I think, like 90 something.
Oof.
He was old, but he was 90 something. Like, you saw him in his 90s and he was still hysterical.
Oh,
still had all his shit together.
So he was still sharp.
So I idolized that, but I still feared that because I just wonder, because I do this thing. What's it called? Is it empathetic or sympathetic? Empathize.
Doing empathize with someone.
Where I think I put myself too much into his shoes.
Yeah.
And I'm not even there yet. I do this numbers game. I go, he was 90 something. I'm 30 something. I'm 1/3 of the way there. If I'm lucky to be in his shoes. And the thing is, because a lot of old people, what they say and do, and that would be my best case scenario, is that peace that you get when they're like, I'm just ready to die, but not in a
non-morbid kind of way.
In a non-morbid kind of way, where you're like, yeah, man, you're 90, you've had an amazing life, people will remember you for hundreds of more years to come because of how great you were, and you're okay with it.
I can see that.
And he's okay with it because you're actually like, it's really not like there's nothing else I need to do.
Yeah, 90 something.
And it's the whole need to do thing that really gets me. Yeah, because I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Right.
And I'm sweating. I am fucking waking up in the middle of the night going, ugh, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like, just straight up sweating, being like, this is it.
That's the old human condition, man.
It's true. We all have that thing that's just, nobody's beating that. No one's beating that fucking thing that we're all going to end up.
Father time, undefeated.
But again, it's like, what would make humanity better, in the sense that I think my biggest thing and my mentality, and it could be wrong, it could be ill-will, it could be ill-advised, and it's to live your best fucking life with considerations of the people around you. And why I say consider the people around you? Because there are times in our lives where we just want to lash out, be mean, and do things, but you can't. You really gotta consider the other direction. I mean, like, listen, I get it. We're all getting mad. I get it, because I do. We all have these spectrums of emotions that we all go through.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, with some people, a lot of people now, like, I remember, like, the big thing, like, going on is just, like, oh, positive vibes only,
Nah, fuck that.
It's another day. You should just be happy because, you just have so much opportunity in front of you. And it's like, not if you knew the fucking shit I was going through.
Right. You don't know what I'm going through, motherfucker.
That I have to deal with on a daily basis. Like, I'm sorry that we can't all live your perfect Instagram life, and most of those people, their lives aren't perfect. That's just what they portray to you, so that way you can eat that shit up and just donate to them. And
that is such a good example too, is the social media life. That is such a fake life.
It is,
and that is what aids a lot of people's mental health illnesses, is the fact that we all, first things first, you have the people that you have many spectrums of how that can go. You have the people who are living those lives, quote unquote, which is a life that you can manufacture in any shape or way that you want. Yeah. And then you have the unfortunate people that have to constantly view those lives. And when you start seeing, and you start not living for yourself when you start living for other people.
All right. And
that fucks you up. When you see these things, because then you have these, because what emotions would you usually get? A lot of it is envy.
That is true.
The envy of like when you see somebody and they're eating something or eating a lavish meal or something like that, like you're not proud. There's certain emotions that you should get by looking at something visually. Because I'm not trying to say that social media in a whole is terrible, but it does come from shitty places without us really knowing in the first place. So showing off. So I have hopefully they listen to this podcast, but maybe not. I've recently been actually friending more people on Facebook.
Right.
More family members, more people that I work with and had worked with. And yeah, I'll see their feeds and stuff. The ones that there's ones that bother me, and then there's ones that don't bother me. Anybody who retweets something that is by a celebrity or by something, those will always bother me because again, it's I don't care.
It's not real.
But when if I see somebody I haven't talked to in years, they had a birthday party and I saw them just surrounded by other people and just enjoying it, and it wasn't a show-offy moment, but it was more like an embrace of just being surrounded by friends and family. I had the emotion of just like, it wasn't envy as much as it was just like happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm happy that that's how you spent your birthday, is surrounded by people who like you and love you, and you guys just spent time together, and everybody gathered around and just, you know what I mean? Like that, I felt good, and it was a rare occasion where I'm scrolling through Facebook and I'm like, this is fun. This is cool. I'm okay with this. And then you have the opposite side of the spectrum where you see celebrity A just fucking playing music in the background and just bobbing their head and in front of a car or in front of, a fucking beautiful location. And I'm just like, all right, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Okay. There's a way difference between showing off and like just experience, and it's just the social experience is just interesting because it's all about being personable, and I think that's what will always win, and I think that's why therapy in general is very important, because it's me sitting down and explaining myself to a total stranger. And when you have to eloquently describe everything that goes on to your life to someone who doesn't know you, and that's looking at you face to face, it is way different than if I just say, look at this, look at my television, look at my games and my toys, and look at all the shit that I have. That's not going to say who I am at all. You're not going to know anything about me. You're not going to know my hopes, my dreams, my interests, what makes me happy. You can't respect that at all. You will respect when you sit face to face and you actually speak to somebody as a human being.
Right, exactly. Because I could walk into this room right now without knowing you, and I said, "Oh, okay, well, he has this, he has that, so." Well, he must like this, he must like that. So, and I can formulate in my mind the kind of person that I think you are. Mm-hmm. But then that's like bullshit, because I wouldn't personally know you. I'm just thinking of what I think of who I think the kind of person that you are. That doesn't tell me anything, because you have a Ninja Turtles figurine. Okay, he likes Ninja Turtles. So what? A lot of people like fucking Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that doesn't tell me shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, look at this. I'm on a beach in Mexico. Okay, a lot of people have been to a beach in Mexico. Yeah. Who gives a fuck? Right. But I don't know. It's just.
But that's the thing, though. You wouldn't know me unless you sit down and actually have a conversation with me.
Exactly.
And now the unfortunate part is that there are people out there who don't even know themselves.
No, of course not. No, of course not.
And
that's
some
the
people
sad reality of the shit
are just happens. The person who's just going to Mexico taking pictures.
Yeah, because
they're
doing it for other people.
Nothing else than that.
Yeah,
just they have
fucking blank canvas, or like like when you play like fucking Zelda or fucking whatever the fuck, insert main character here, fucking Pokemon or something like that.
Yeah,
how the guy doesn't talk. Yeah, because that's supposed to be you. He's a fucking blank slate. He's a fucking vegetable.
That's it.
And now you have to interject personality into him by way of what you think his reaction should be. Right. It's just ...
Yeah.
And ... Here I am. I'm the hero, man. I'm here to do the thing, but I don't have a fucking personality. Right. It's just what you see here. That's it. And I don't know. That's kind of like how a lot of people are, like fucking NPCs and shit.
But also too, I don't expect there to be. I'm also one of those people who don't believe everybody's a fucking snowflake either.
Nah,
I do think that there is a spectrum of different personality types, and people do fit into those slots.
Yeah, absolutely.
But do I also think that they believe in absolutely every single thing in that personality? No. That's where you should shine in your personality to begin with, is to be like, oh, well, this is where, this is where I deviate from that. And then you embrace those things, because there's a thing who you are. Like, again, I'm a fucking white guy with long hair who likes nerd shit, who wears a black shirt and khaki pants. I bet you there is millions upon millions of these people. I went to one wrestling show, and I'm like, look, it's a bunch of me's watching a bunch of fucking wrestlers wrestle. And I'm like, what do you know? What were the chances that we all look the same and we all like the same fucking things? Who would have guessed it? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't take much, and I understand that. But if you got to know me, I can tell you this, that, and the other thing, and things that differentiate myself. My hopes, my loves, my fears, all that stuff. So, really take the time to just get to know people, and is very important. And again, it's great for your mental health. Because one thing. I'll give the shittiest example, the corniest fucking example in the world that I saw on Daily Dose of Internet.
Okay.
That latest episode of Daily Dose of Internet, he showed the clip of the fire ants.
Okay. What were they doing?
They were bunched up into a fucking patty, pretty much. All together, those fire ants, they were over a fucking thing of water, and none of them were drowning, and they drifted over to the other side. They gather up all together,
and they just
and drifted,
floated
out, and then on top of that, they had them on like a little table, and then they tried squishing it. The group, the patty of fire ants, and it just
kept pushing it up.
Yep. They didn't get squished because they were all holding each other together.
Yeah, see, that's called fucking looking out for each other.
But I'm just saying, and again, a lot of people are like, oh, that's like tribe mentality. I'm like, no. That's, if you strip us down to our core, yes. Yeah. I totally get, we are stronger in numbers. We are better as a unit. Yeah. We're just better at people. That's why everyone gets married. That's why you find somebody you love and you want to be like those. You have those little mini units, and you have kids, and then you have family.
Right.
Yes. And you are stronger because of it. You have more of an enriched life because of it. But I'm talking about when you strip just us as humans to our core, we are good like that. But then when we start attacking each other, that's when things get shitty, and when it's not worth it anymore. And
our differences. And
I want us to be like a unit, like in the sense of like Mars attacks. Like,
oh fuck, man!
If like aliens were to attack us, and us as a country, we look at every part of the world as like us, and we're connected to each other like that. Like, hey, like don't fuck with China, because we'll
come over there, motherfucker.
We'll get, like we're proud of the other Earthlings. You know what I mean? Like, oh, don't fuck with these people because they're good at this, and don't fuck with those people because they're good at that. You know what I mean? Like, where we take pride instead of it being us dividing and cutting ourselves apart, and just being like, this is what we're good at, and that's what we're good at, and that's what we're good at. So we're gonna be over here. No, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like when. Another awesome, very terrible, corny example. The most racist game that you can ever play is Dungeons and Dragons.
The most racist game?
Hell yeah, man.
Really? I never played D&D.
D&D, the first fucking thing you do is you pick your race.
Oh.
You pick your race, and 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be a race that the other people at the table are not gonna be. And when you're playing it, and the dungeon master is role-playing it, they usually, and you even read it in the books, all these races usually don't like each other. But always, what happens in Dungeons & Dragons is that your characters meet other people's characters, and you form some sort of unique bond. And
You know
the
what?
reason
That
why
makes a lot
your
of sense.
heroes are so great is because everybody is helping each other. And everybody, you have the people who are good at what they're doing. Now, again, people are going to be like, oh, but that's classes. I'm like, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's this. Now we're talking about classes. So in Dungeons and Dragons, you may have picked your race. I may be an elf, and you may be an orc or a druid, or a dwarf or a human or what have you. Or if you want to get really fancy, drows and fucking whatever your fucking DMs allows you to be. But and you guess,
but I get what you're saying.
You may be a fighter, and I might be a thief or cleric or whatever. It's us as a unit that together with our individuality and our differences that helps overcome everything that comes into our path. Because we're always fighting against one type of thing. And that one type of thing, no matter how big or small it is, or as many as they are, usually cannot overcome the versatility of the group.
And you know what? And that's a good point too. And that does kind of relate to. I kind of think that kind of relates to like all the shit that's going on now, like all this political turmoil and like everybody being so PC and shit. I mean, people don't realize like there are differences between different people. Like, I don't know. I guess not to be too fucking like I don't know, racy with it and shit. Like, different races have different shit that they're good at.
Yep.
And it's just, I mean, the evidence is there. I mean, you don't see...
It's in scientifically, too. That's not crazy to think that way.
You don't see a lot of black people playing water polo.
That's fine.
You just don't. But then you see a lot of black people playing fucking football or
basketball.
Excelling in basketball or track and field. I mean...
Now, again, there are... There's no... It's not that there's not outliers, you know, of course.
But they're called outliers for a reason.
Right.
And I mean, and I think that's a good thing that we're all different yet the same in the same sense that everybody has kind of like the same basic aspirations in life to protect themselves, protect their family, to just be successful and to be happy. Those are like the basic things that most sane, functioning humans want in life. And now, of course, you get the outliers, the crazy motherfuckers that just want to watch the world burn and just want anarchy and chaos.
Who may or may not have started like that.
Right, exactly. And a lot of that shit just comes from your upbringing. And I mean, because as much as culturally we're all kind of brought up differently, it's still those same core things that we all want. Everybody wants to be happy. Your definition of happy may be different than mine, but we all want to be happy. Everybody wants to be successful and secure. That's just basic shit. And I don't know. I think if we just all kind of look at it from that perspective, then I think we can get along better and just leave out all the other bullshit and just stop just trying to be dicks to each other and fucking each other over because, oh, well, you're from here and I'm from there. So, hey, fuck you. Like, this isn't high school.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God, you're the fucking... I don't know, the fucking anacondas and I'm the goddamn mongoose or something like that. So, Yeah, we're really not, again, it sounds so cliche, but we're being judged by our class and our race and our creeds and not judged by the quality of our character. Yeah, and exactly. That's a shame. Hey, it's some guy that said something like that.
I don't know.
I think he got assassinated, though, in Memphis. And he has like streets named after him, which are really in the hood. But anyway, I digress. Did you ever notice that though? Like any MLK street is like in the worst part of the fucking town, man. It's fucking always like that.
I don't know why.
It's just always shitty.
Doesn't make any damn sense.
It's always shitty. This is like Washington D.C. Washington D.C. has a high crime rate.
Yes, I know.
That's the capital of the fucking country. It's kind of weird.
Yes, it does. It's
very weird.
Bizarre.
That's like saying, hey, you saw that shooting that happened outside the FBI building?
Right.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, like, why would that be? Oh,
and that's our hub.
Yeah, fucking capital of the country. High crime rate.
But nobody said that we are... Well, I definitely know we're not. We're not perfect in any stretch of the imagination. We're far from it.
We're fucking pieces of shit.
We're trash.
We are fucked up people. But you know what? The world hasn't burned yet. Well,
no, we're.
Well, they say there was a flood. I don't know how much credence I give to that, man. I don't know if a dude with him and his 10 kids built the big ass boat. Did you see the boat that the dude built like out in fucking Tennessee somewhere, like that Ark exhibit or some shit like that? That big ass boat. Oh, shit.
It's safe to say that
that shit is
obviously I don't
listen, man. I don't dabble
real.
in that shit anymore either. But you know, you gotta know what's going on out here. These people, man, I don't know. It's like when somebody says you're going to hell. Well, which one?
Whose hell?
Whose hell am I going to?
Because I thought I was in it.
I mean, hey, we are living in it right now, especially it's so fucking hot.
Yeah.
You might as well be in hell. But anyway, I digress.
Well, believe it or not, it's come up to that time.
Yeah. Hey, man. It was a
good
talk.
talk, man.
Yeah, you know.
Again, you're more than welcome to be on whenever the hell you want.
Oh, Mitch. There's gonna be a round 3.
Oh, good. I like these this one's a good one. I'm very proud of our conversation. I know we got deep and not so jokey, but you know, man, we live in weird times. You know, well, it's hard to
break through the simulation.
Yeah, man. I just want to get us all on even ground, and then that way I can let loose and just be fun and funny. You know what I mean? But I can only be fun and funny when I feel fun and funny.
Yeah, man, I get you. You know, man, we gotta look out for each other, man. You know,
it's true.
It's nice to joke around and shit, but you know, sometimes too, you gotta get down to it, and you gotta figure some shit out. And,
yeah,
and that's good too. That's good for your health as much as laughing is. You have to take care of this whole thing upstairs because
anybody can put on a facade and laugh absolutely. When they really want to cry.
Yeah, exactly.
If I want to, from now on, I want to laugh. I want to be in a good space.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be genuine with it.
So, ain't
no fronting over here.
I'm saying, but next time, folks, remember, join us. Remember, contact me, talk to me, especially people I don't know. I know my friends and family have been watching and listening to me, and people I work with been watching and listening to me. I mean, you guys can shout out to me too. I appreciate that. But if you are new to Don't Feed the Animals and this is your first episode, or a couple episodes is your first episode, or you're going through the whole catalog, do me a favor and just let me know what's good, what you think, how you feel, who you are. It's be nice to get to know the people that listen to me. I'm getting views from the weirdest spots. I found out I have 6 views from France.
Bonjour.
Bonjour is right.
Or is that Italian? Bonjour?
No, I think that's French.
Oui, oui.
I mean, shit. Baguettes to you, man.
Hey, man. Shout out to the Eiffel Tower out there.
I'm saying, thank you. Thank you for your listen. Thank you for your view. Is Notre Dame
still burning? I'm sorry, my bad. I ain't mean that.
Damn.
I ain't mean that. We love the French. Y'all gave us the Statue of Liberty, but y'all only give us the fucking base for it, though. That was real fucked up. We had to raise money for the base for the Statue of Liberty. Imagine somebody giving you a car, but don't have no tires on it.
I guess those 6 views are the most views that I'm going to be getting for France. Thanks.
Hey, man. Shout out France.
Yeah. But, yeah. And then I'll have to shout out another state that's been really kicking ass with views, because obviously we're based in Florida, so I'm expecting all my views to be from Florida because, everybody I know I told lives
America's
here.
Dick.
But fucking Virginia, man. Virginia's showing up. I got hundreds of downloads from Virginia. I'm in hundreds, Tara.
The Commonwealth of Virginia. You guys aren't a state, though. But they're a Commonwealth. That's what it says. I don't know, man. I don't know how that work. If anything happen, y'all got our back, or what we doing? We call on all 50 states, and Virginia's like, oh.
Virginia's like, not us though.
Fuck that. We're a Commonwealth, motherfucker.
Hey, that's smart. I wouldn't know. I'm Puerto Rican, so I know about that.
You guys are basically a state. You guys pay taxes. I
don't know.
We can go over there without a passport, so that's a state to me.
I guess so. But again, thank you all for listening to us. Gary, again, it's always a pleasure.
Hey, man, anytime. Hey, you guys just remember to take care of each other out there. Don't be complete assholes with each other. Hey, and if you need somebody to talk to, reach out to somebody.
Always.
Take care of your shit.
That's right. There's always somebody listening.
Absolutely. Even in France.
Mm-hmm. So remember, folks, follow the signs. They're all around. And always remember, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. with a smile, build something from the ground up. Yeah, we like to clown, talk about some real stuff. Yeah, something profound. It's a pleasure that you're hearing us. Wouldn't mess around. It's a topic of discussion worth talking that we bust and put a nail in the coffin. If you love it, then you love it. If you don't mean nothing. Still bring it to the public. Y'all don't feed the animals. Put them in a cage. They couldn't handle truth. We gonna bust out the gate like some cannibals. Same face, same channel, messing with the tune. A bunch of idiots stuck in one room. Can't take us serious. You love what we feeding you. I'm with the show. Yeah, proceed with the interview. Local celebrity snatch a toy from your cereal.